What up? What up? Okay. Amira, Christine, what's up, Cecily? What's going on? What up? What up? What up? Hey, hey, hey. What's going on? Indeed, indeed, indeed. Kind of greasy. I'm not going to waste your time. Dina, come live because I'm going to be talking about your business. I owe you a free coaching session. Amira, what's up, Arthur? Christine, Jerome. What's up, Cecily? What's going on? Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. This is your man, Big Stu, Scott Steward, or Professor Steward, depending on how you know me. And tonight, I'm going to be discussing marketing. Last night, I discussed branding. And so if you missed that, you can go back and catch the replay. Let me say what's up to a couple of people. Jerome, Abbott, Vesta, Cecily. What's happening? Amira, Christine. What's happening? Pastor Grayson, what's going on? Thank you for chiming in. I appreciate it. Again, I'm never here to waste your time. If you hear something that you like, hit the like button. I'm going to need you to be interactive tonight. If you hear something that you love, show love and hit the love button. And of course, the best way that you can show that you like or that you love something is by sharing this information. Okay? Don't be so selfish that you won't share it. Okay? I'm not going to waste your time tonight. Again, we're talking marketing. So, what is marketing? Do you know what marketing is? What is marketing? What's up, Jesse? What is marketing? Let me hear your answer. Hey, Dina. Indeed. I'm on wait. What's marketing? Who can tell me what marketing is? Or just tell me the difference between marketing and branding. I'll wait. You got to interact with me. What's up, Deshauna? Dina, do you want your free coaching section? Your free coaching session? What is the difference between branding and marketing? Do you know the difference? Shout out to MLK. All right, Jesse, selling your vision. Love it. Great answer. Anybody else want to chime in? Okay. So, my definition, and you can look this up, market advertising. Great, Cecily. Marketing, and get this, marketing is letting consumers know that your product exists. Marketing is about letting people know that you are available for business. Now, your branding is creating your personality for your business, right? So marketing is the act of communicating to your target market to let them know that your product or service is available. Cecily says, things done to help sell your product. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Branding and marketing does go hand in hand, but you have to separate them to define your business as a whole. Marketing is about letting people know that your product or service exists. If you never market, people will never know that you have the answer to their problems. Okay? So I'm looking at, Nivea lotion. If Nivea never marketed that they have this body lotion, then people like me with this extra dry skin, I would never know that I could go to Nivea to get rid of my ashiness once I get out of the shower. And then they have people that use lotion. The Queen coconut lotion that's like water that a lot of you have seen growing up. They are still marketing their product. I'm not sure to who, but to somebody. But on this Nivea, it says 48-hour nourishing moisture and 2 times almond oil. They are talking to a specific target market, the people that need moisture for 48 hours. I don't know why you wouldn't get in the tub, but and also they have 2-time almond because the first drop of almond wasn't enough. And they are literally telling you on the front of this bottle who they are marketing to. And if you are marketing your product, going back to my live from Monday, if you are, I was called an opportunist. I am, but just not a negative way. I am looking for opportunities everywhere where I can see an opportunity. I'm looking to communicate that I have a solution to the customer's problem. You should be doing the same thing. You should not let a networking event or a coach like myself go live on Facebook and not take advantage of the opportunity to ask these questions. You should not let someone like me who's really, really affordable to you go past without finding the opportunity to get in there and say what it is, that's what you do or who you are. That just does not make any sense because there is literally room for everyone. So, how do you market yourself? The first part of marketing is understanding your target market. You have to identify your target market. Now, if you do not know what your target market is, we'll go over that in detail next week. But your target market is basically the group of people most likely to buy your product and or service. The group of people most likely to buy your product and or service. Like I can say I sell shoes, right? So I'm talking to everybody. But, if I want to tell you this first off, if you're in business and you are saying that everybody is your target market, you really need to go back to the drawing board because that is a fatal flaw of entrepreneurs thinking that everybody is interested in your product or service, and it is absolutely not true. And I'll come back to the shoe example in one moment. But think about this. Nobody sells a product for everyone. There's always going to be someone who goes against the grain. So just know that when you are describing your target market or your target markets with an S, because you can have more than one, you want to be specific in that. So how do you market? You speak to their pain points in their language in a way that's going to connect with their value and with your value and your offer. You speak to their pain points. This Nivea lotion is speaking to the pain points of someone who has extremely dry skin and who needs almond oil that's already formulated, that's to last 48 hours. So that's the pain point. In this value, somebody may value Nivea over, St. Ives or shea butter or petroleum jelly. Nivea may be a little bit thicker. It may last a little longer. Sometimes people associate value with the sale price. So, and I'm one of those people sometimes, but if it's priced a little bit more, then maybe it works a little bit better. If it's not priced so high, then maybe it's inferior quality. So keep that in mind. You have to identify those values. Whatever those values are, you have to identify those values. When it comes to your target market, and I'll cover that next week. But when it comes to your target market, you have to get down to the specifics. Okay? It takes a minute to really understand who your target market is and who you're speaking to. Because when you first come out in business, you say like, "Ooh, I would want to help this person." But then you realize that this person could be defined or described deeper as you begin to progress in your business and develop your business and who you're selling to and the value of what you're selling. There are a couple of ways that which you can market yourself. Now, the first one is social media. All right. Why social media? Everybody's talking about social media because it is free 99 for the most part. You have an account probably on Facebook and Instagram, and you probably have Twitter. Depending on your age, you probably have Snapchat. Depending on who you want to follow, you might be on Periscope. Depending on your business, you might be on LinkedIn. Those are just a few. There are a plethora of social media platforms out there. But one of the reasons people tell you social media, because, look, back in the day, years ago, you used to be able, you would have to pay someone to market your business for you. These days, you would pay big money for marketing. You had to go to a whole marketing agency. You needed a budget for marketing and not a little budget. I'm talking about a serious budget to market your product or service. Now you can market for, free and not always free. And you can market for free on social media, but because of the way Instagram and Facebook's, their algorithms are set up, and because, there are 2, billion monthly active users on Facebook and 800 million monthly active users on Instagram, and the way the algorithms are set up, you're only getting to a small number of people, specifically the number of people who interact with you the most tend to be the people who will see your post the most. So you will need to invest a few dollars in advertising at some point. But to get started, you don't need to spend a lot of money on advertising on social media. So Jesse, yes, it's free. No money out of your pocket. Yes, Alicia, thank you for joining. Those algorithms are murdering these small businesses. They are because, Alicia, what you're about to find out is that the social media is about to, it's no longer going to be free. And so you've heard me talk before about making sure that all of your marketing efforts don't just live on social media. You have to get cell phone numbers, get email addresses. And I'm betting that cell phone numbers are going to be more popular or more important than email addresses in the future. And I mean in the next two years or so. But you want to get those email addresses, because if the internet shuts down, then how are you going to market? Or if the internet, if Facebook and Instagram and they start being like, these streaming services, and they're charging you $5.99 a month or $9.99 a month, or like whatever the case may be, then you're gonna have to do something, okay? And I like it. You're out there, beating those streets, door to door, still working, right? Okay. And so Facebook and Instagram are just two of the most popular platforms, but Ariel just joined in. Ask me the questions. I appreciate it. Ryan Clark, what's up? Principal Phelps, let's talk. Deshauna, what's happening? Okay. There are some groups on Facebook that you can literally join or you can pay, and they will advertise your product or service for you for a certain period of time. And if you find these pages and you think $50 is too much, then you might need to go back to the drawing board about your business, because scare money don't make money. You're going to have to spend money on your business in order to get money back in. You can start your business for free. You can start your business for free, but in order to keep it going, you might have to spend a few dollars. I mean, that's just the nature of the game. That's just how it goes, okay? You can create flyers. You can put your message on billboard. If you're not familiar with Blip, Blip is changing the game for digital advertising, digital outdoor advertising. You can advertise on Blip for as little as $10 a month, and they're position themselves at some amazing intersections. So check out Blip. You can go to networking events. Make sure you have some business cards. You know, you really got to get comfortable with getting outside of your comfort zone. You got to get in front of new people. You got to get over that fear of shaking your head. And quite honestly, you know, we as a people have to stop. This is going to be controversial. I wasn't asked to speak. This is not in my notes. But we got to stop thinking that just because we black, folks don't want to do business with us. So look, when you dope and you got the goods, you know, it doesn't matter. People will do business with you. So you got to get in those rooms and you got to network with those folks and shake those hands and meet some new people. These are all ways to market who you are and what it is that you do or what you serve, okay? What you sell, what you produce, okay? Let's go back to the target market real quick. Let's make sure you know what the pain points are for your target market. You cannot sell a product that the only person that knows about it is you. It's not going to work. Even if you pick one person that's a tester for your product and they say, nah, I don't like this or whatever the case may be, that's not enough. If you ask for help and you always have a rebuttal, right? I get you trying to get your point heard, but if you always pushing back and you always have a rebuttal for why it's not going to work, then you're not helping yourself, right? You need to listen to the people who have the experience, who have been where you've been, have made the money. I mean, this is the value of having someone like myself or another business coach or someone who is proven, has a proven track record, speak to you and share with you. So I want to make sure that you take advantage of these opportunities. Okay. You have to be able to validate your business idea. You should have products or services that need to be validated. Because honestly, if nobody wants what you're offering for free, guess what? They're not going to pay for it. Okay? And what do I mean by validating? Look, you got this new idea. If you're anything like me, you're coming up with new ideas all the time, every hour of the day. Everything seems amazing to me in my own head. But just because I think that chocolate covered prunes are going to be good to everybody at the senior living facility, that everybody's going to like them, nobody has proven that that's going to sell. I do not have enough sales to make me want to stop what I'm doing and invest all of my money into chocolate covered prunes. And just because I like chocolate and just because I believe in my head that senior citizens like prunes, it doesn't mean that it's a good idea until I get that idea validated. Corey Gilkey always chiming in. Corey, I'm putting you on the spot right now. I got a brand mark, a brand logo. I would love to collaborate with you. I think, and I've always thought this is a sidebar. I've always thought that educators are underappreciated in in the style sense, right? Like I'm waiting for somebody to really, really validate the importance of educators. And Corey Gilkey, I got a brand mark that I think you'll love that goes right with what you're doing. I want to come in with you and see if we can collaborate something. I know you probably hear that all the time, and I don't want the deal just because we friends. I want it because it's dope, and I know it's going to pop off. Dave Shivers, thank you for chiming in, my buddy from grad school at Roosevelt University. Miss Dorita Thomas, the salad lady, is on. Kenny Malone, what's happening? Let's keep this conversation going. We're winding it down. Look, you have to validate your product. Do you agree with that? You have to validate. As a side note, if you want a product, I do have an ebook that is a business validation toolkit, and it will take you through the process of how to sell your process, how to sell your products, how to market, how to set your pricing, how to count your financials. And if I'm not mistaken, it's still available right now for only $10. It's very affordable. You can print it for more than once. You can, thank you, Jesse. You can reuse it over and over again, but it will really get you in fine tuning and thinking through those ideas as you come up with them to validate them before you go to market. Okay. All right. Once you go through the whole validation toolkit, you'll test it out, and you'll be able to go to folks and say, hey, I got this idea. Would you be able to buy, would you be interested in buying this product for this amount if it does this thing for you? And that thing is if it addresses your pain point. It must address the pain point. And if it doesn't address the pain point, then that means you go back to the drawing board, because a lot of times we waste time, but because we're putting so much heart and passion into this idea that we're validating, but we end up wasting time instead of talking to people who might use it to get their authentic feedback. Now, remember, time is money, and we don't want to waste any time. So let's get back to these examples and these pain points. You always need to be the solution. You have to sell the solution. Yeah, you have a product, but you're not selling the product. You are selling the solution. It's their USP. It's your unique selling proposition, or your UVP, your unique value proposition, okay? So, you know, my daughters, one of my daughters is natural, has natural hair. And I don't know a lot about hair, as you can tell. I don't have a lot to be knowing about hair, but I've been in the store and I've seen a lot of products, and I'm trying to wonder, why are there so many products for this type of hair? One, I found out that there's some letters and some numbers that describes hair types and hair textures. And when you think about it, all of these companies that have made these products for natural hair care, you know, side note again, there's always room for you in the market. You just got to find your niche. You just got to find your place. So all of these products that have these numbers and things they're going to do for natural hair, each one serves a different type of hair. So just because someone may need some drops to go on their edges to grow their edges back in, another person may need to keep their hair moisturized while they go work out at the gym for an hour or so. Or somebody may need some on-the-go styling because they don't have a lot of time in the morning. They have to get in the bus and they do their hair en route to their job. So each of those products are speaking to a different pain point for their customer. And don't take the pain point like that means they're in pain. It's just the problem. It's just their issue. It's just what it is that they have, the problem that they have, and they're looking for a solution, and you're the solution. So anytime you go out to market, when I ask you at the end and I ask you what your business is, don't tell me your business. Don't sell me your business. Sell me the solution. Sell me the solution to the problem for your target market. Let me know if you are following what am I saying. Are you picking up what I'm dropping down? Are there any questions? Kevo, Rashonda Jacobs, what's happening? Homawumi, what's up? All the way from Africa. What time is it over there? All right. Corey, Dave. Does this make sense? Okay. Jenny Jackson, thank you for joining in. Okay. Are there any questions? I got a couple of more examples of how this target market stuff, right? Like, I have a big foot, right? I wear a size 16 shoe, but I also, like style. And yeah, they're just not a lot of dope selections for people with my size of shoe. And so I am looking for, and I'm always looking for, and there are other people that I know that are looking for brands or manufacturers that can cater to men that have large feet while still be, stylish. I don't want the proteges. I don't want the proteges. I want to still be fly, and I work hard to have some sense of style. So, understanding the pain point. It's not just shoes, but men with large feet who desire to still be stylish and don't mind paying a few extra dollars for that sense of style and comfort and to, cover their feet. I think that makes sense. Thank you, Cecily, for chiming in. I'm 6'6", right? And so while I may like the Lexus, I need a vehicle that can accommodate me without my knees touching the steering wheel on every occasion. That's just understanding your pain points, the customer's pain point, and understanding how your product or service will address the needs of the customer. That's marketing. That's marketing, particularly when you understand who your target market is and you understand the needs of your target market. Okay. I got Cynthia Foster, Jenny Jackson just joined in. I really, really appreciate it. Okay. All right. I'm going to let you get a couple questions in. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. All right. All right. So if you're interested in learning more about your target market, again, just remember, is the group of people most likely to buy from you. One is the person who is not going to complain about what you're offering. And two is the person who has connected with your solution to their pain point. Okay. That's your target market. Now, some people may say, like I said earlier, that you don't make any product that's for everyone. All right. Keep in mind, somebody said, beds are for everybody. So I'm selling beds. I'm marketing to everybody. Hey, listen. You got to understand this nuance as well. Yes, beds are for everybody. Hopefully everybody who has the means will sleep in a bed, okay? Dark sharks in the building. Okay, marry the solution with your wife. I should freak people out and get a bottom row of gold teeth. I might do that, Cook. I might do that. But look, let's go back to this bed situation. Yes, beds are for everybody. But your target market, I said, is the group of people most likely to buy. So while beds are for everybody, everybody is not in a position to buy a bed. So you have to be specific in who you're looking for. People who are buying new homes, right? People who just moved. People who are just welcoming new additions to their family, right? People who have growing families. So you got to understand not only who the people are, but that's the demographics, but you got to understand their geographics. Where do people live and what's the trends of that community? What is the age disparity in the community? Is the neighborhood growing? Is the neighborhood skewing more towards youth? Is it more single homes? Is it more senior citizens? You need to understand that when thinking about your product is for everybody. So not only is just understanding your target market, but understanding who they are, where they are, and what their likes and habits are as well. But we'll talk more about that next week. I'll go over how to define target market next week, okay? Target marketing is very, very important. All right. So, Dina, talk about your business. Remember, when you are talking about your business, you are to sell the solution, not the business. Talk about the solution to the problem. And listen, I am very interested in doing a live coaching session with one person. That means I'm going to invite somebody on here to go live with me. We're going to do a coaching session in a live. I'm available Sunday. I want to know who's available Sunday. Dina, I owe you a live coaching session. I don't know if you're available on Sunday, but if you aren't, if you are available on Sunday and don't mind doing your coaching session live, we can do that. If there's anyone else that's interested in having their coaching session go live, let me know and we can also make that happen. All right. Shout out to MLK, right? Rep for him. Don't forget, let the dream live. Okay? Keep the dream alive. All right. That's all I got. Hit me up with a DM. Let's plan something in March. Jesse. All right. Let's do something in March. I like that, Jesse. Shoot me a DM and I'll randomly pick somebody if Dina is not available. But we'll talk about it. If you are interested, we don't have to let everybody know. Hit me up on the DM. If there's anything else that you want to talk about, let me know. You have any questions about your business, you want to let me know. And that's all I have for now. Until next time, hit me up. All right? 100. Peace.